Hey folks, welcome. I'm a rough Pebble, and I am incredibly excited to be diving into Songs of Six. This is version 0.68, and it introduces a ton of content I've been looking forward to. Specifically, it really adjusts the challenge level. This is sort of according to Jake, the developer here, and I can't wait to dive in. So this series is going to be a little bit of a tutorial to sort of teach you how to play the game, guide you through some of the simple early game things, mid game things, late game things, but it's going to be in the format of a long play. So I will try to have some chapters here that sort of outline what's going on and why I'm doing things and where I'm doing things. But more than anything, this is going to be just me checking out version 68. There's going to be things that I'm not doing as optimized as they could be, just because version 68 introduces a lot of changes. So let's dive in to this fantastic game. What is Songs of Six, you might be wondering? So random game just allows us to get into a game that is custom. If you go to the campaign here, I believe that is just the tutorial. So let's dive into random game here. We'll have everything normal difficulty, and let's dive in. Songs of Six is a very in-depth colony building, city building, empire building game that takes some really great inspiration from Total War games, from Civilization games, from games like Caesar and other games of that nature. So there's a lot to love here, and it is incredibly deep, and it can be a little complex and intimidating. So I'm hoping that this tutorial, this guide, will help you as you try to build your own empire and your own civilization. So first things first, we need to select our starting species. This is not anything that ties us to any one of these ultimately. We can grow our city in whichever way we want. So we can start with the Garthimi, we can bring in humans and Talapi and Cretonians and whatnot. Or we can just say, hey, we only want this to be a human city, and we're only going to allow humans to come and live and work the land. Lots of ways that you can go about this. There are pros and cons to each one of these things. So, for example, if we were to start with the Dundarians, which we're likely to do because they're my favorite to start with, they're a little bit more of a challenge. They hate Talapi and Garthimi, so if you were to bring in Talapians and Garthimi, you might have issues with those two populations working and living near each other. The Dundarians like to live in mountains. They're some semi-difficult to please, but not to be concerned, I think. So let's go ahead and dive in with the Dundarians. We're going to leave this on nothing, but if you play the game and you unlock certain things here, you can sort of bring them into your next city, and that's something that can help you along in your journeys. We're going to start with nothing here. For the map type, I prefer one that is like this. So we'll just go ahead and generate a random seed here and take a look at what we've got here. Lots of coal, lots of stone down here, a little bit of iron ore. We've got some seas and oceans down this way. Let's go ahead and re-roll though, because I'm not particularly liking this space. Lots of clay up here, a few gems and things down here. Still not really liking this too much. So I think I'm going to do a couple rolls here. You can also... Ooh, this is starting to look a little good. You can also go here and edit terrain. So if you want to, say, build a little peninsula up here or build a valley here between these two mountain ranges, that's certainly something that you can do here. So I'm not going to be doing that right now. We're just going to continue to reroll and try to find something that's nice for us, and I might do a little bit of tweaking on the terrain. I'll let you know if I do that, but I'm going to pause here and find us something nice. Alright, and I think we found a reasonable place here in the shadow of the Dawnful Deer Mountain. I've done a little bit of editing just to get us some of the nice resources here that we would want. But other than that, I think this is a nice spot here. So we've got some fresh water, we've got some mountains, we've got some forests, and decent amount of resources here that are going to benefit us. So let's go ahead and lock that in. It's going to generate the rest of the rest of the roads, the rest of the villages and whatnot. Here we are in the capital of Petrosa. That's very exciting. Let's leave it as is, and we're gonna dive in to our location here. And here we have a couple more opportunities to re-roll and find the specific location that we want to stop in. So this is decent. I wish maybe everything were a little bit more centrally located, but it's not bad. This could be good. This could be what we're looking for here. But I think I'm going to do a couple more re-rolls here, and maybe we'll find something a little bit more suitable. I'll see you in just a moment. Alright, I think I found something that is reasonably workable here. So let's go ahead and settle down. Where to settle down? On this side or on this side? I don't think it matters too much. I think we settle down here. Yes, I think this would be good here. So we'll put our landing party down here. And let me go ahead and figure out why the sound isn't working, and I will... I mean, I know some of it's working. I don't know why the music's not working. Let me go ahead and try to work on that. Alright, there we go. Sound's back up and running, and we've got some music. So, why did we settle here, and what are we looking for when I'm settling? So, we need decent amount of waterways so that we can do some fishing. So we've got a fair amount of fish here, potential fish down here as well. A good amount of fish along these little creeks over on this side too. We have a good bit of all of the metals and things here in these mountains, which is nice. Some clay up along here, clay and coal. We have a little bit of food available to us down here. We've got the apples and the mushrooms that we can go harvest, and we're going to go ahead and start setting that up. So, here is our throne room. We have our 10 Dundarians here. Yes, you can see we have 10 workforce currently, and 10 population. And lots of people named Sid, at least 2 of them. What are the odds? And what do we want to do? We want to harvest some trees. So we'll come down here and cut down a few trees. We want to clear some rocks around here. I think that would be good, just so we have a little bit of a stockpile of rocks. And then we'll want to build a warehouse somewhere around here as well, so we can store all of this. So logistics, warehouse. Yeah, let's do something like this. We want this to not be made out of mud, but instead make it out of stone. So now it's getting made out of stone. We can put in a couple crates into here. So I want something like, I don't know, maybe let's do something like this. There we go. Crates here, crates here. And then we can put in a little bit more, something like this. I think we should do that. No, I think that's fine. No, I think that's a-okay. What do we... Yeah, so here we'll do something like this. There we go. We might need to do something like this. toss in some more crates here like this. And then we'll pull you back a little bit. And then can I just do a single crate? No. And then we do something like this. All right, I mean, it's a small addition, but we can do something like that. Okay. Then we need doors as well, so we'll add in a doorway here and here, one here as well, and one here. Perfect. And let's build it. So that's going to cost us 78 wood, 136. Something to keep in mind. So, for example, if I were to remove this, and let's go ahead and remove that. There we go. We have little yellow bits here. Those yellow bits indicate that we are going to need more resources. So it's missing support. And so we want to make sure that it has all the support that it needs. It's going to be blue if it has the support that it needs. And it's not going to pull in and require additional resources for maintenance and cost. So this way, we have a nice structure here that gives us the opportunity to use as few resources as possible. All right, let's go ahead and construct that. That's going to be our warehouse. Wonderful. And the Dundarians will go ahead and start time here, and they're going to start chopping down wood. They're going to start building this warehouse as well, and they have a fair amount of stuff to work on now. Another thing I want to go ahead and set up is this foraging. So we're going to need to forage these mushrooms. We're going to need to forage the apples here. And are there vegetables? Yeah, there's some vegetables up here, but it's kind of far away. Vegetables and mushrooms. I mean, go for it. There we go. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll get all of that structured and organized. We can speed up time a little bit, so they're going to start chopping away at these trees. They're going to start chopping away at all the trees and resources here that are in this little space too. And what I'd like to do is dig into the mountain here so we can remove some of the mountainside here. And we'll do a little 3x3 mountain pathway this way. I think that's good. Good, and you can see the trees are getting chopped down. Wow. Look at that. It looks so nice. Alright, keep chopping those down. And here they are relaxing. We're using some of the stone that we have to build out the walls here. This is great. And you know what? I'm actually okay just like clearing out some of that. We don't need to go chop all those trees down. It is important that we get a little bit of stone though, so I'm gonna leave that up. And the forest does regrow, so you don't have to worry too much about just completely like decimating your tree supply here. It takes a little bit of time, but it does grow back. Alright, and here you are collecting some stone, which we then can use in the building of this structure. We've cleared 3.8 of this, 5.3. Okay, good. Okay. You're continuing to get more stone here, which is fantastic. We should slow down for a second. Jobs. We really want you to go out here and harvest some resources. We can tools, suspend jobs, suspend all of these jobs, and we will hopefully... Okay, we don't need to suspend them quite yet. Activate maybe a few of these jobs then. And activate this. Activate all of this. And there we go. Okay, and it is summertime now. Let's actually take a quick peek. When can we harvest these? Late summer. Okay, we have to give it a little bit of time. Late summer. Late summer, and then these are also mushrooms. No, that's not mushrooms, is it? Oh no, those are mushrooms. Okay, thank goodness. Alright. We should have plenty of wood here. I also want to get a couple roads set up here, so let's get a nice road set up this way. Activate this job. There we go. We've dug out some of these roads. Put those in here. And then we should maybe even build a fishery here. So we don't need that necessarily. We want this. We'll take all of this. There we go. That seems good. How much further could I go down? Not really even that much further, so we'll just go ahead and do something like that for now. Okay, and then we'll need a small space here for storage. And then auxiliaries. $90. $100. Okay. I think that's good. That'll get us 7 fishermen. Let's go ahead and get that built. All right. Off they go. So we'll have a supply of food, hopefully, and we'll have a place to store all that food as well. And it's almost late summer. So we'll want to move to harvesting some of those foods. Okay. Let's suspend all of these jobs here. $99.0. There we go. 99.7. Come on. There we go. Finish building all of this. Extreme temperatures. we go. 72, 76. You all are coming down here to harvest mushrooms. Fantastic. Okay, so we do have a little bit of food. And then put this in. Start construction. All right, we're at 3%, 4%. At a tenth of the way now. Good. Didn't harvest any of that. We are harvesting some of this though, so that's good. There we go. Some fruits. Lots of fruit here. Okay, fantastic. And off they go up here to do the veggies. There's a few veggies up here. Great. And then this is 41% of the way done. And then let's activate all of these jobs again. Awesome. Continue to clear. Clear all this. .81 or 82.6. Great. All right. A lot of veggies. Yeah. And now we can't harvest any longer. Late summer, early fall. It seems to be the time that we're allowed, the timing that we're allowed to harvest all of those crops. Okay, and let's get this thing set up. Are we missing stone? There's a little bit of stone left, but we'll need about 130 some. All right, we're at 93% cleared. 99.2, yeah, finish building all of this. There we go. Moving in all the stone that we need to construct this. 44 out of 132. Y'all are coming down here to get some mushrooms and nibble on that. Okay. And this shouldn't take too long. 90. 100. Yeah, I've still got some 30 left over here. Perfect. That's more than enough. There we go. We got the roofing done. And now we've got the wood in here, and we just construct. %. All right, hopefully they're not quarreling too much here. Let's make sure that we get all of the all of this built out so we can move our resources into here and keep them nice and safe and within easy access for our folks. Yes, there we go. Yes, and we'll put one person in here. General wares. We'll call this the Petrosa General Wares. General wares, yep, that seems good. We keep fish here, we keep fruit here. We keep mushrooms and vegetables. We keep wood and stone. Those are the primary things right now. Whoops. So let's go ahead and dedicate some space for all of that. Okay, and we've got some wood in here. And as we use up our citizens to work in the specific buildings, even though our population doesn't change, our workforce does. So here you can see that we already have just 9 folks left because we've used up the rest of them on, well, the rest of them are out here as odd jobbers, and the one person is working in here. All right, yeah, we've put most of the wood away. We're putting some of the stone away as well. That's good. And then we get a chance. You know what? Let's just toss in another person in here just to help out for a second. That's the Petrosa General Warehouse. And what do we have here? Livestock. Oh, yeah. Put the livestock in here. Put the grain and wood. Okay, yeah. And we currently have 65 crates that we can utilize. We have, in divvying out the space, we've already used up 26 of them. So just have to be cautious. Did we have some folks die? Yes. It's too cold. My goodness. Bring in some more folks. We're going to... So here is how our population operates. We can bring in more citizens. There's one aspiring immigrant. We can set it to auto 10. So that will go up to 10, and we don't have to manage that necessarily. So we'll see these folks joining. Yeah, there we go. Automatically joining as we get as we have folks coming in. We need to build a hearth because that is why folks are perishing. Let's toss the hearth in here. And then we'll put in a well over on this side. And then one other thing that we need to do now that we have some deaths is to go into Afterlife and build a mass grave. Let's just say right here. Oops. There we go. You are deceased. You died from cold. I'm sorry about that, friend. Yeah. And we can hear the disease already coming about. Alright, come on, let's get this mass graveyard going here, as well as the hearth and whatnot. Freezing, near death. It should be warming up. Exposure. Corpses. There we go. The well is almost done. We just need a few more. There we go, come on. I forgot about how cold it can get and what our citizens need here necessarily. Alright, we'll just stick it down to 1 now since we need help out here. There's the well coming up. There we go, we've got a nice well. Clear spring. Well, clear spring well. Good. We've almost got the hearth set up. This thing needs 2 wood, or 2 stone. Hearth. Winter chill hearth. There we go. And we've moved all of the corpses into here. So no longer having any issues with that. We need houses. So that's going to be the next thing that we work on building here. Homes, houses. And we can just build a house here and a house here. I think that should be sufficient for now. Maybe a long house here. We can do something like this. We can have something like this. All right. Let's get to work on this, and at the end of the second, or at the beginning of the second year, we'll get our first houses. So they, up until now, they've been sort of sleeping in the throne room, sleeping here in the warehouse. We should have more space for our folks now. We can also bring in some more folks too, so let's go ahead and go up to like 15 now. That'll mean we'll have some workers here. We're gonna work on the housing here. Yeah, we are. We have some housing issues right now. But, you know, having a few deaths early on, not the end of the world. You definitely don't want to lose all of your people right off the bat, though. I think we've done okay for ourselves. Winter chill hearth, clear spring well, mud pit. Alright, they're 84%. Good. Keep working on all of this here. 66, 73. There we go. We've almost got our first house constructed. And each one of these will have a thin wall in between them, or you could have these larger walls here. It doesn't really matter. It definitely uses more resources if you just sort of build one of these individually and then have a large wall in between. I don't think it really matters for the people, for all the Dundarians that are going to be living in here as to all of that. Let's see, yeah, finish construction here, 97. There we go. And they're going to start moving in some of their stuff. So here we can see a couple beds, a little lantern, and whatnot. Each one of these holds 5 folks. And what we want to do next is to give them the opportunity to access stone and start using it to furnish their homes here. So we go to access, give them the ability to use the stone and the wood here. And with only 15 people, we should be okay. It's not a major problem to use what little stone and wood we do have here. We actually have quite a bit of wood. It's the stone that's maybe a little bit more wanting. And we have 5 bits of homelessness here, and we have our fishery up and running. Okay, so this is going to be let's see, this is going to be the Mountain Pass Fishery. There's 2 mountains to either side of this one here, or several mountains. And yeah, so that is how you can manage a few things here in the game and get yourself up and running. Obviously, we could have done that a little bit more smoothly by having the hearth and the well up a little bit sooner, and that way we didn't have 5 of our folks die. At the end of the day, it's not a big deal. You have a few more folks immigrate to your lands. Um, let's see, we've got some room here, so let's go ahead and up this to 20, which is what we have the capacity for, and that's good. And with that, I'm gonna end this episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comments below if you haven't yet. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see each other in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Take care.